G'day everyone, starting to feel a bit better now, and found out that if you leave your magazine, a metal magazine, in alcohol to clean out, it's going to strip the bluing and start rusting. And unfortunately that's happened to me while I've been sick. I had a magazine, my Brno 10 round mag, very hard to find another one of them, had been sitting in some alcohol, but instead of cleaning out, it took off all the bluing and it just became encrusted. The whole thing was encrusted in rust, which is definitely not what you want. So I've got to pull it all apart and get inside it, clean all that out. But I'll just show you, if you've got some bit of rust, how to get rid of that and a bit of bluing. So I soak this in vinegar for about an hour, rinse the vinegar off, then soaked it in some just some silicone oil. I use inox. You use WD-40 or RP7 or anything like that. And the most important thing is 4 zeros on your steel wall. Okay, so this stuff here will not take bluing off. So you can use it on all your rifles. Won't take bluing off, but it will remove the rust. So you just get in there. The vinegar's done all the work, and so instead of all rusty, obviously I have to get inside it first, but yeah, it gets it all off quite nicely. And then for bluing, once you're happy with that being all clean, you need to wash all the oil off of it. So I've just got some soapy water in here. Always wear gloves, safety glasses when bluing. This is cold bluing, so it's just a cold blue gel. You can use any one you want. And then it's just, I'll use an old piece of paper towel for that, but don't get the two mixed up. So I'll just quickly rinse this off with the soapy water. That's just to get any oil that's still on there. Paper towel just to dry off the outsides. Like I said, I'll be doing the inside. It'll probably take me a while to get inside that, so I'll probably do that off camera. But this is just a quick demonstration of how to do some bluing. So it's got to be dry. You got a little air hose. I've got one over there. I'm not going to bother about this just for this demo. Dry it off, and then read the instructions. You shake it well. You can use the steel wool to put it on, but I like to put a lot of this on and in a bigger layer and let it get soaked in all the nooks and crannies. There we go, look at that. That's I've got another one that's just about empty now, but don't drop it where we do. There's the magazine, there's the cold blue, just all over it, every little piece. I want it soaked in it, soaking. Remember, must wear gloves. This will burn otherwise. As you can see, as we talk, it is changing colour. It is no longer that silver, it is going darker. So the secret of this too is to try and get it on as evenly as possible too. All right. And it's just a process of constant application. It's got a thin layer. Okay, so now what we do, we just let this dry off. Won't take long to dry off. And then we rinse it back in the soapy water, and that will get rid of the excess bluing. Towel dry again. And then it's the next layer again. And then we might have to do, depending on this, maybe 5, 6 repeats, maybe 10. Depends. The older the steel, I think it's the Damascus steel that they used, it seems the bluing is a lot harder for it to pick up. But once you get a nice thick layer on it, then all you have to do is then just a spray of some silicone oil over the top, wipe clean, and it will come up black. But I'll just put a couple of layers quickly and see how good we can get this looking. So just talk amongst yourselves, you know. Good time to, if you need to go to the toilet, go to the toilet now. Get a drink, maybe a coffee or something. Like and subscribe. You could do that, I suppose. But yeah, just wiping that excess off. Quick plunge into soapy water. Pat dry. You can see a lot of it is coming off, the excess. It needs to be substantially dry for the next layer. Okay, that's pretty dry, and you can see it's a bit all over the place, but with the more layers that come up, then you'll get that nice flat finish, and then you just add the oil. So more cold blue. I might have to grab the other jar, it's not far away. Dab, dab, dab. Try and get a nice even coat. The even the coat, the better it's going to look, and the better it will stay on too. So there we go. Best to take your time with this, not rushing like me. Okay, that's got a good amount on it. I'll just let that dry a little bit. I might even put just a tiny little bit more from this. There you go. Make sure you get in all the little areas. You can see that's getting darker than that. Obviously more cold blue needed in there. As you can see, just as I'm putting it on, it's going darker. It's getting that result. It's getting closer. Okay, it's very shiny at the moment. Try and get all surfaces even as possible. And it can look a bit like a dog's breakfast at the start. That's okay. That's all right. The more layers we put on, the more it's going to spread out. But if those little areas in there are wet, then this isn't going to stick in there. So the blue, you'll have to make sure it's all dry. Otherwise it was going to look a little bit patchy. But there you go. I'll just wipe that excess off. Try and rub it in a bit more. I'm not going to rinse the excess off. I'm just going to sort of smooth it all off and rub it all in. Try and get a little bit of a finish on that. Because I'm just going to do a quick run through for you guys. Obviously, doing this properly, I'll probably be here once I've pulled all this apart. So this comes apart at the bottom here, and it pushes up through there. So you've got to loosen these two bits off. See on the side here? There and there. And then there's a little stop at the end there. So that's got to go that way and push out, and watch out, the spring in there will come out. So this is all going to have to be taken apart. So I've got to clean all that spring out in there, and re-blue everything inside, because you won't see if it's rusting inside. And you can't replace these things. They're very hard to find, these tin shop mags for the old Brunos. Yeah, so I'll just give it a quick spray with oil. So obviously this is far from finished, but this is just to give you an idea of when I do it properly, what it will look like. So that's, yeah, still a bit patchy. I'll go back, wash the oil off, and probably do another maybe 5 more layers on the outside. And then we shall pull her apart, and then the inside. So don't leave metal magazines sitting in alcohol for a week. Obviously there's still water in the alcohol, and that will strip all your bluing off and start rusting it away. Vinegar will get rid of your rust, and then oil to prevent it. But re-bluing is quite easy to do yourself. And I'll be doing the barrel of the Brno again shortly too, but it's shooting well, so I don't want to really touch it at the moment, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If that's helped you out in any way, I hope so. If you've got any questions, you want to see me pull this apart, or see a video of me bluing the old Brno, let us know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the get wells. Much appreciated. I'm almost there. Almost there. Not far away. Big news too. Long range SV ammunition is coming in next week. So from next week, I've got my, not SV, it's the SK long range. So that's what my Brno loves. That's why I get my 0.2 inch groups consistently with. So I'm going to be hitting some challenges with the old Brno with some decent ammo. So that's something to look forward to anyway. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you all soon. Bye.